D Magazine is on the air. This is DTV.
Welcome back to the broadcast, hour 2. We're just kicking along this morning, aren't we?
Kicking along, that's right.
It's moving fast.
Now, all right, have you heard all the scuttlebutt about what's happened with Verizon phone
The
records?
scuttlebutt?
The scuttlebutt. Okay, the Verizon, all the phone records for Verizon, and there's something like 100 million or 10 million or whatever, are being inspected because of the bomb that went off at the Boston Marathon. And I think they're trying to trace and find out if any phone numbers to the perpetrators of that horrible tragedy are linked to anybody else. And there's a lot of, this is invasion of privacy. The American Civil Liberties Union is up in arms about it. On the flip side, interestingly enough, even though the government is involved in it, Lindsey Graham, the Republican senator, says, I'm fine with it. If we have to find who's connected with these terrorists, then if they want to go through my phone records, that's fine. How do you feel about that?
Well, I want to say this. My understanding is the government has not confirmed yet whether or not it is true. Do we know?
No, it's true. It's true. Yes, but here's the thing. They haven't listened in on any conversations. Okay, so they're not eavesdropping in the conversations. They're just looking at the calls made and how long they were made. But it's true. I mean, they've done that.
Isn't that like weird, not weird, but just like kind of awkward to think at any given point, like somebody could go in and go through all your phone records, all your email records, all those things you thought you deleted that are just floating out there in like internet technology la la land.
Well, I think there's a lot that goes on that we don't know with the government as far as surveillance and things that they monitor and see and know about us that we don't really give to them.
Yeah.
So, and if it's for our safety, I don't have anything to hide.
Okay,
it doesn't bother me.
The interesting thing, though, about access to these things, anybody can get them. You see, if you're filing for divorce, that some party can go in and check the phone records of the spouse and find out who the phone calls were.
Right.
Private detectives get them.
Yes.
I don't think there's any privacy anymore.
You know, it's funny. There's this app, which I'm sure if a lot of younger people have it, and it's kind of a fun thing in Uptown right now. It's called Snapchat. Snapchat. Okay, so you can take a picture, and then the person and you send it to people, and when they get the picture, they have like anywhere from 5 to 10 seconds to look at it, and then it disappears, and then they can never look at it again. It doesn't save to their phone. It doesn't save to your phone.
So what's the purpose of it?
It's just like funny. You can like write like funny things on your finger, like with your finger on it. You can draw on it. But you can send it, and then they can look at it, or you can do a video, and then they can never look at it again, and you can never look at it again. Like, it's not on either one of your phones.
Which is great, because now with people doing stuff in the moment and
not thinking before they send inappropriate pictures,
and then it's gone to Pluto, and you can never take it back. The whole thing is that you can take this back in the moment and say, hey.
Well, you can't take it back, but they just can't look at it ever again. Like, they can't reopen it and look at the picture again. Right. But they're saying now that there's this for $300, you can.
Oh, yeah, right.
You can see the pictures, like you can keep them onto your phone, or you can.
See, that's just too much.
So it's the app that lies.
Yeah, or someone's found a loophole.
That's right.
But I have a girlfriend who's like, or not a girlfriend, a friend who's like, oh yeah, me and my boyfriend send pictures, like funny, sexy pictures back and forth to each other all during the day, and I'm like, you crazy.
You so crazy. I tell my kids, do not send anything out on text messages, Facebook.
You wouldn't send it in front of you.
Exactly. I mean, just don't do it. Like, it will get you in so much trouble. And I think sometimes we forget to tell our kids that, you know what, this is serious. Like, this will live with you forever.
It will. And you know what's interesting is that, like, I think a lot of girls probably deal with this. You start dating a guy, and he's like, oh, send me a sexy. You're like, when they text you, like, what are you doing? Getting ready for bed. Oh, what are you wearing? Pajamas?
No.
Send me a pic. It's like, what? I'm sorry. No. Like,
do you really want to date a guy that would want to send a sexy?
I'm just saying it happens more than you think it happens. People send pictures of things a lot.
It's a real big deal now. Like, people do that, but I wouldn't.
Why is it a big deal? Tell me why that is.
To take a picture inappropriately and send it to somebody? That's a huge deal.
A lot of people are doing it now.
I know. Why?
I guess
it turns people on.
For how long?
I I've never done it, so I don't know. But apparently it is a turn on for guys or for women. And so they send pictures of one another, like in sexy poses or in
like in
position, lingerie. And it's cute to them. But I'm saying if I were dating today, I
women
wouldn't
do
that.
not send pictures to men because those will wind up on the internet.
Exactly. And they pass them around, and especially these young teenage kids, they pass them around. Really and so it's
like, look at this girl, look what this picture of this chick sent me. It's like,
and it becomes a joke.
Once you're like a long lost memory in that guy's head, he's going to show that picture to everybody.
Exactly. So like
girls are dumb.
At our kids' schools, I mean, they're doing it, and the guys are laughing at these young girls.
I want to know something, and I really mean this, and I know you want me to wrap up. Do we have another table talk coming back?
No, we don't, but we're fine.
Okay, here's what I don't get. I don't get that cell phones are allowed in the workplace. I don't get that cell phones are allowed in the school. I don't get that when you have a cell phone, you can just use it when you want to. When you are in a place of business, when you are, and I'm talking about your work, and where you are in school, why is that allowed? Why do we just let people do this?
Well,
I don't
think
get
what's
it.
Interesting to your point is that if somebody doesn't reply to your email or your text message within a certain time frame, I think a lot of people get really angry because they're like, I know they have their cell phone on them. It's like, yeah, I do, but I'm sitting at dinner. Like, I was at dinner the other night and didn't reply to someone's email or text message, and they were like, well, it's really rude for you not to reply. And I go, I've been sitting at a dinner party for 3 hours. What do you think I'm going to sit? They're like, well, you're always on your phone. I'm like, I'm on my phone when I'm in my home and I'm in my car.
Why would you even have this conversation with that person?
Because people know how easily accessible we all are now. Like, oh, just email me. Oh, just text me. And people expect you to reply back quicker. And when you don't, they're like, why didn't you reply? Well, because I have a life.
Well, that's when you have to set boundaries.
Well, I know. I don't even understand.
And those aren't friends. Those aren't people that you want to deal with. But I agree with you. I don't think kids should have them in school.
No, not at all.
If you need to call your parents or call someone, you go to the office like we used to have to do.
Like we used to go.
My mom would give me money for the payphone outside of the gym every day, and I'd call her.
But my kids will text me from school.
Payphone, kids. Y'all know what a payphone is? You put a quarter in it and you make a phone call. And if you want to call long distance, you have to use a calling card.
Or call collect. that time is like gone now.
No.
But my kids, they text me from school. Like
why do you let them? Why, as the parent, do you let them take that to school?
Well, I'm about to make some changes because you brought up a good point today. Because why? If they need to reach
really
me,
bad.
first of all, I'm trying to work or I'm busy, and if something is wrong, they can clearly go to the office, get permission, and call me from the office.
That's right.
So
and
that's
here's
a
the
new
thing.
boundary that I think I might
They sit in a classroom with the teacher trying to teach, and they're on this phone. They're not paying attention to what's going on around them.
Well, I know at my kids' school, they're not allowed to be on their cell phones, but the kids take them to school, and then they may walk out of the building or go to the bathroom or whatever and text and call. So I'm like, no, y'all need to leave them at home, and sometimes it's carpool issues, so like after school, they're coordinating, pick me up here.
Well, we used to do that without cell phones, and it all worked out fine.
You go to the office and you call. So Susie, you brought up a good point today. I might be making some changes.
Oh, we're coming back with more of the
cell phone
broadcast.
free for 24 hours. Ooh.